Hello friends, welcome to Law Excellence Mains Answer Writing Session. Friends, today we will be discussing the question that was posted on our mains portal on 6th December. So friends, on 6th of December, we had posted a question regarding the money bill and the Council of States, that is Rajya Sabha. So the question read like this: if the tendency to bypass the Council of States for passing important legislations through the nomenclature of money bill is not checked legally, it can affect the very basic structure of the constitution and functioning of parliament. You had to comment on this in 250 words carrying 15 marks. So friends, let me reiterate that you had to follow the basic 5 principles where you have to dissect the question properly, you dissect it properly, then you localize, thereafter you build up the scenario, you add value, and then you conclude. So friends, you have to frame answers on these basic structure. So please make sure that every time I repeat this thing, because so that it gets ingrained in your mind when you start writing answer for any question. So friends, particularly for this question, we'll be moving forward. In the part of introduction, you had to clearly dissect the question. It was asking you to comment on this, okay? And now you had to bring up localization, where you start with a generalistic view and then you gradually proceed towards the specificity of the question. So here, as you can say, we have started by saying that Constitution gives equal powers to Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha in passing of ordinary and constitutional amendment bills, but that's not the case in money bill, and that's why it has been misused by governments for their political purposes many a times. So here you can quote the example of Aadhaar bill, where this act has come under recent controversy because it was passed by Lok Sabha and the speaker approved it as a money bill. And that's why opposition was against this, as they were having the view that it was not a money bill and it should have gone to Rajya Sabha for consideration too. But since it was money bill, Rajya Sabha was bypassed and President gave its assent. So friends, that's how introduction you have to carry forward. And then the main body of your answer. Here you have to start writing the various facets of the answer. As you can mention some of the few terms like Article 110, under which this money bill category comes up. Then the judgment of Syed Siddiqui versus State of Uttar Pradesh, where it was categorically stated that a speaker's certificate on money bill is final and binding and cannot be challenged in court. So right now we don't have any legal remedy for any verdict of speaker. So you had to mention some of these terms in your answer, and then moving forward, you had to answer as what would be the effect if the tendency to bypass Rajya Sabha or Council of States is applied by money bill. So here the terms like violation of basic structure, it disturbs the federal equilibrium, it bypasses the opinion of elected representatives. So these terms you can also elaborate on that if you find time for that. You can elaborate on these topics. And friends, while answering this question, I just want you to mention in the comment about the difference between money and finance bill. Please mention in the comments what you understand by the differences of money and finance bills. Okay, so reading through these two terms will give you some broader idea about the minute differences between these two. And then moving forward, so friends, here we have suggested the steps that can be taken for avoiding the misuse of provisions of money bill. As you can see, here we have suggested that judicial review of speaker's decisions may impart probity, but that would again require some constitutional provisions and changes. Second, Supreme Court has to take a broader view and assign due importance to the role of Rajya Sabha in making legislations. So Supreme Court also has to decide in such cases. Third, a systematic procedure where the decision is taken by a collegium can be initiated by the speaker. And fourth, the bill can be sent to a joint committee for review, so that the present autonomy, or the complete autonomy that is provided to speaker, that is brought under some consultation. So we have to provide a mechanism where a group starts taking a decision, or at least some sort of judicial accountability is provided for speaker's action. So these are the following steps that could have been taken, that can be taken, but definitely requires a lot of political attitude and a lot of political acceptance for these provisions, which is in present political denominations, it is difficult. And then you have to conclude. So as I said, you have to, if you conclude on an optimistic note. Don't be blatantly criticizing government, or say that speakers is so and so, or any sort of very negative comment would not be feasible. Particularly for this examination, you have to end on an optimistic note with a way forward. Okay, or if you're criticizing, say something that, okay, if this criticism has to move forward in this direction so that we can better the situation. So you have to go for constructive form of any criticism that you are making. So here, as you can see, we have re-emphasized the importance of this Council of States, and how its deterioration can actually be detrimental to the nation's interest. So we have to protect the legitimate rights of Rajya Sabha and the Council of States, and make sure that this provision of money bill, which was rather intended with a different purpose, is not actually misused by the ruling dispensation. So friends, that's all for today. I would like you to please mention the thing that I have asked you for as a difference between money bill and finance bill in the comment section, and please keep writing answers. It's ultimately the practice and the thoroughness of writing answers that will ultimately give you the edge over all of the top aspirants. So friends, that's all for today. We will be meeting next time. Till then, goodbye, and keep writing answers. Thank you.